Well, hello everybody. I'm enjoying the good weather here in Toronto in a community that's to be condemned in a month. All two-story homes, double-attached garages. 17 years they've been boarded up. A friend of mine and another old fellow live in the neighborhood. They've held on to the bitter end, and it's all coming to an end in a month. It's funny as I sit here, but yet just outside this little community, it's all towers and new communities, expensive real estate, kind of prices that see neighborhoods like this condemned. People will never live in their two-story houses again around here. Evermore. Hong Kong is the way. As I see people are logging on, I want to give this address. It's about firearms, and it's all the same people talking. Ian Runkle, CCFR, NRA, and many others, and there's all kinds of legal professionals here. And we're talking about Canada here, and in all of what everybody talks about, well articulated, well gone through in Bill C-71. The problem is the underlying problem that nobody ever talks to any of you about. It's a big word. It's a foreign concept. It's going to scare you. Constitutionalism. I tagged Chris Mackey. I know he's huge in with the CFR, as well as Chris Michael from Alberta, both from Alberta actually. But I tag you fellas because I'm going to go through that now, explain to people what really is, what's going on today, and what's not being told to you by anybody. So there is no heroes in this. There's no going to be any fixes, none whatsoever. You're told, oh, well, vote for another party, in absolute autocracy. Because the reality is, folks, your firearms are property. As I addressed the Alberta legislature, is that King Jason Kenney of Alberta has now had me completely banned. I can't read anything of what he does now. I'm banned in every social media platform since my birthday, where I gave a live address for the legislature and all those in the Commission on Property Rights, which are found in the Constitution under Section 92A for all the provinces. That's where your property rights are. Federal government's messing around with your property is a big no-no. Do you know why they do it, everybody? Do you know why they do it? And not one fucking lawyer ever addresses it, even though they go through, this is an order in council. And Ian Runkle, I don't hate you. I don't hate a lot of lawyers. I love John Carpe. I love individuals like yourselves. I got so many lawyer friends all around the world, literally hundreds of the best justices. And nothing is ever addressed about the 1867 absolute corruption of Canada. That forever and a day since that day, no province has ever cemented their constitution, which would cement in your property rights, as I addressed the legislature of Alberta in real truth in front of every Albertan and every Canadian who chose to watch. Of course, most people don't, because legality, rule of law really isn't popular, and most certainly it's not popular with lawyers as they ignore this corrupt legal system called Canada. Order in Council, Bill C-71, where the Prime Minister, in his hand-picked ministry, has decided for you democratically what your rights to property are going to be, even though it is not his division of power. I don't hear any one of you talking about it, not a one. I can leave Canada, and everywhere I go, they all understand it very well. They all articulate it very well. I had the leader from London, England, Just get off the phone with me, everybody. Just get off on the phone with the UN Compact Migrant Agreement on foreign business interests in your country. Now they want me to come back forward. They didn't like what I published. They want to talk now. This woman is a justice of the EU, 27 countries, 750 million people. She represents the United Kingdom, specifically in London, England. So when people call me a radical, all these other things, and lawyers do their videos, they say, oh, they run through it very well, all the sections under Bill C-71, I got to ask, why do you never address the fundamental problem? The fact that there are no cemented property rights in Canada, none whatsoever, easily done by any premier tomorrow for every single Canadian. But they don't. And you know why they don't, folks? Do you know why lawyers don't talk about it? Because they're sworn on their bar to uphold that shit system on behalf of all of you. Running it, make exorbitant amounts of money. Justices paid far more than many other countries in the world to deliver the Crown's justice, the Crown's wants and needs, just like the age of empires long before us, because that's what Canada is. Every lawyer that's gone through that system swears that oath. And if they try to address it, they lose their bar. So they publish, they say, oh, but they never talk about the underlying problem that can be corrected overnight. Bill C-71 is not Trudeau's privy. It's each and every premier's privy. Each and every premier could cement in constitutionalism for every province, as articulated in the Alberta legislature February 16th on my birthday, live for all Albertans and all Canadians. It's not just guns, folks. It's everything you see around you. Everything you see around you. Everything physical. Can all be yours, but it requires real constitutionalism. It requires doing what was articulated in 1867 in multiple areas, but specifically the first of Section 5, Roman numeral 5, the first of 5 parts of the beginning of the Constitution, tells you exactly what you're to do. You, the people. It's your fucking premiers. And since that time, not one of those miserable motherfuckers has ever wanted to leave the Crown because they're busy filling their fucking pockets, ruining your lives, dividing you over sweet diddly shit. You're going into energy poverty. You're losing all your firearms. They're going to follow you around, whatever guns you have. They've backed out on their word, as they always all do. Is Justin Trudeau one of the worst Canada's ever seen? Yes. Yes, financially he is the worst. In property rights and overstep of the Constitution, he is today, folks. He's the worst. But I'm going to tell you a little known fact that apparently every Canadian doesn't seem to understand. This has been going on forever and a day, and it never improves. The next elected official, regardless of party, only expands on what the last did. And even when they do give you slight reprieve or removal after charging you mass amounts of money, you go on to see it re-implemented by the next Crown power. When do we say, fuck you guys? We want 1,000 referendums in one. We want it done provincially and federally. We want to be we the people. We want checks and balances, rules of governance, how to govern, and absolute accountability. Because, folks, I lived through the first long gun registry. I lost several handguns, never to be seen again. World War II relics from my great uncle who was a war hero. Gone forever. I am left with his sniper rifle, which is now in the possession of my son. And to get that back now, I have to go through a long gun registry that was proved financially disastrous, ineffective, and only a money grab and a slip and slide of stealing your property rights, which is really what the issue is here. Nothing else for legal gun owners. You don't belong in with the RCMP. You don't belong in with the federal government. Why no lawyer is coming forward is very simple. All of the ones listed here, which I don't hate any of you, I'm just blown away that you could run through documents, going through orders in council, the Crown customary law, the sheer autocracy, the worst kind of autocracy that's only found in, Age of Empires and communist countries, full-on dictatorships, unitary states with monarchies where you say the politician is a god over you. You call them worship, you call them Lord, you call them Majesty, the Almighty, Your Highness. Symbolic? Trudeau steals property rights from legal gun owners. We go through an order in council, which means no democracy, not even any parliamentary system, none whatsoever. The MPs will finalize it by voting for it or getting kicked out of the party and losing their money. All the lifetime Privy Council members need their $5,000 check, so they're down with the Crown. Folks, if you haven't figured it out yet, that Canada is corrupt, it's not communism, it's Crown. Full-on customary Crown law. The unwritten law of the lying, cheating, thieving elected politicians you elect from every party, doesn't matter which one you elect, or those they appoint, which are appointed Privy Council. Order in Council is the Prime Minister's appointed officials who are sworn to him to make laws against all of you. There's no constitutional basis for it. None. Zero whatsoever. But because you, the people, think that, hey, fuck constitutionalism, fuck we the people, let the Prime Minister and the Premiers have full-on autocratic power forever and a day. Who cares? It's 2022. This kind of system's beautiful because I'm a slave to it. I don't know why anyone would want to remain in Canada in this fashion. I don't know why people are still crying about their gun rights when this has been spelled out, articulated live for you in the greatest formats that can be gotten, which I did for every Albertan. But the views on it, well, that sounds like the truth, or that sounds like rule of law. And I'm into the Crown. I would rather have the Crown decide for me in full autocratic fashion. I'll blame it. I'll call it communism, even though it's always been and always will be the Crown. 950 years of it. There's no charter to save you. There never has been. All the way back to 1200 years ago, with the birth of the British Empire and absolute Crown authority, monarchy. That's the birth of monarchy. Since that day, since the first ever Charter of Rights, the original, no king has ever honored it. No king or any politician in the power of king like Canada's politicians, all of them, absolutely all of them, and Canadians still say, this is a great way to be. Oh yeah, I love being dictated to. I love having my property rights removed from me anytime they want. I love taxation without representation. I love the idea that I can be divided with my fellow countrymen on any given issue by politicians. I love the fact that a 3% of the population who wants these policies gets to write and implement them undemocratically. purely undemocratically. Even though it failed before, an age-old system that, well, you'll have to fight for it, but they starve you out, which is what they're doing with food insecurity and energy poverty, blaming it on Russia, even though Canada trades zero with Russia. We have nothing with Russia, so there's no reason for Russia to be impacting us at all. The only impacts on us today are by our elected and appointed officials, who for a large majority of almost 95% of their policies, like every government you've ever elected before them, have implemented 95% of their policies unwritten, meaning they were never campaigned on, never talked about, never once ever brought up to you, the voting public, and you still vote for them. You still say, well, it's okay, maybe next time we'll get somebody who was sent by God, because they're my God. That's what you're doing, Canadians. And I'm sorry if this is offensive to people. I'm sorry if people want to try and peg me as a lefty or a right radical or all the other things they want to make up. The truth is, I'm a Republican. I'm a constitutionalist, absolutely. And I'm all about we, the people. Which, when you look at the scale of geopolitics anywhere you go in the world, there's an upscale, a downscale, and a left and right scale. Canada, we are way up here on the upscale. That's fully autocratic. We're down near there under Justin Trudeau. We've been there many times. It's been called Harper. It's been called Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Jean Chrétien, Paul Martin. We can go on, and every other premier in between all those times. We can go all the way back to World War II and the limited window we had when we had at one point 7 years of an nearly independent judiciary called the Supreme Court of Canada, where we nearly had a country that could have developed into a we the people's republic finally, for once and for all. But your criminal politicians decided to steal that crown from the UK in the 1867 design, not following the Allies, not following decolonization, stole that power for themselves and have been raping and robbing you ever since. People come up with, oh, it's not the Conservatives' fault. It was the Liberals before them at this date. But then you go back 3-4 years, you find the Conservatives were working on it. And then you go more about, the Liberals were already working on it. All the way back to 1867. You know what you find? A party called the Liberal Conservatives. People got to get their head out of their ass. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's reality. It's real. And we can lie to ourselves. We can keep saying it's not true. Oh, no, it's not. Bill C-71, Order in Council. Undemocratic, written and formed in Crown customary law, meaning not published, but published for you now, handed off to you that this is what you're going to eat. You're going to do what I fucking tell you. You're going to give up your civil rights. Oh, that's provincial too. What the fuck is Justin Trudeau messing around with their civil rights? Why would the province of Alberta allow that? I gave Jason Kenney a way out. I gave him the smartest men and women in the entire world and a legal path to the way out. By people, all doctorates of law, even justices all over the world who trump anything Canada could put together. Any of the lawyers I even lay down here, which I respect all of them, but they shortfall on the truth. They shortfall you all on the solution. And why? Because it threatens their bar. I get it. You can't say it, so I will. You're all free to block me. I hope you don't. I hope you continue on, and I hope that one day you resist. On my journey, as I look at going to Florida, maybe I will take law school. Maybe that's something I should do. Maybe I should come back hitting a hard hit on the Canadian government. Maybe that's what it'll take as a non-Crown sworn bar holder. It's always been a dream. Maybe that's the solution. Because it certainly not is, with all the special interest groups in Canada, the path that they're going to bring forward. As sad as that is, nobody wants the truth to go forward. Nobody wants to go through constitutionalism, because they all want their spot as pigs at the trough. And that's a sad reality. It's all against all of you. Thanks. That's my video. Bye now.